What's going on, guys? It's your boy Moto MMA here, aka Jason Boss, and I want to say I did a thing. Yep, I done it. So, what did I do exactly? Well, I did not sell my bike, guys. I traded it. To be honest with you, and I'm enjoying a delicious late night cup of coffee, guys. You know me, just one. So very good. And off subject, real quick. The world's greatest cream, cinnamon toast crunch, Nestle or Coffee Mate, whatever. I love this stuff. You don't need sugar because it's pretty much sweet enough. So, yeah. But that's not what we're talking about. Yeah, I traded my bike. The Royal Venture 1300. I traded it, guys. As you guys know, I'm still fairly new to riding. You know what I mean? I've been doing this now. Study, you know what I mean, for a short while, you know, not very long at all. And really the bike that I actually started doing a lot of riding on was that V-Star 650. Was the one you guys originally saw me making these videos in. And I jumped up to the Royal Venture 1300 from the 650, and at first, I liked it a lot at first. I thought it was so cool. I enjoyed the bike. And it really is a good bike. It's a good bike, guys. I have no qualms with it at all. But touring bikes like the Royal Venture, the Goldwing, or the Harley Big Baggers or whatever it is. I can't think, guys. I'm tired. But any of the bigger bagger bikes, guys, they ride a little bit different. So this is something you may want to consider if you're a newer rider. You know, before you just jump up and move into the next bike, you want to make sure that it's a progression that you'll enjoy. I didn't enjoy it once I actually started. I spent more time trying to learn how to ride the Royal Venture than enjoying the ride itself. A bagger is a lot heavier. The bike that I have now, the Yamaha V-Star 1100 Classic. Very beautiful bike. I love it. I went from 650 to this 1100, and their weight is almost very similar. Yamaha's really cool about that. Like, they make the V-Star line weight almost, you know, right in the same, not too much different. I think even the 1300 isn't that much different in the V-Star line, so I really like that. So it made turning and different things different. In the Royal Star, I sat in the bike, and on the V-Star, I sit like almost on top of the bike. So it's a different dynamic. It's a different feel. When you guys really get into riding, I would say even after you get your first bike, go test drive some bikes if you can. Not just sit on them. Go test drive them. See how they feel. See how they turn. See how relaxed you are and things like that. Like when I got the Royal Venture, I just wasn't that relaxed. I spent a lot of time trying to get comfortable with the turning and getting comfortable with the twisties and things like that. Now, could I have? Yes, I think I definitely could have if I would have given it more time. You know, I definitely had the speed and the bike had the look. It was a beautiful bike, but was I impatient? Yes, because it really wasn't something I enjoyed, you know, where moving back down to this 1100, I enjoy the heck out of that bike. Love it, guys. Honestly, I do. You know, it's something that I get on and that I, you know, commute on now. And, I will start commuting on tomorrow, going to work back and forth. But I've ridden around town a little bit, and I love it. Like doing the twisties, doing the turning, going places like, you know, down some of the windy roads is so much easier on this 1100, you know what I mean? It's almost more of a natural, not thinking feel, where on the Royal Star, I was definitely doing more thinking. I was definitely trying to enjoy the ride more. Not just enjoying it, but trying to enjoying the ride, you know. So when you get ready to get your next bike, guys, I want you to really think about this, you know what I mean? Don't just jump into the next bigger, better. I know your friends will tell you, hey, go from 250 sports bike to a, you know, freaking Hayabusa, you know what I mean? Go from there to there. It sounds awesome and it sounds like a good idea. And hey, you've learned how to ride, and maybe you can ride that Hayabusa and just fine. But maybe you'll be on that Hayabusa not really enjoying the ride. You'll be on it trying not to kill yourself, trying to enjoy it, and you don't want it. You don't want to do that, because long run, if you stick with that bike because you got too much pride to go back down, you're gonna just end up taking that bike and sticking it somewhere in the garage and not riding it. And it's the same thing with cruisers, guys. You know, they come in different shapes, sizes, and styles. You know what I mean? Go up in progression if you want to, but make sure you go up to something that you enjoy. Will I maybe later on get a bagger? I'm sure I will eventually, but for right now, I think I like this type of bike. You know what I mean? I like the bike that's a little smaller, a little shorter, that doesn't weigh as much, and the curves just feel more natural. That's what I like. And so yeah, I did a thing, guys. I went from a bigger bike to something a little smaller, and I am very, 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 very happy with my choice. Thing number 2, I recently applied to and got accepted in MMI, which is the Motorcycle Mechanic Institute in Orlando, Florida. I will be learning how to fix motorcycles, guys, and this is a big thing for me. I love motorcycles. Like, they have really changed my world a lot. You know, they've given me a hobby and something that's fun, you know, other than other things I used to do, you know what I mean? At one point or another, mixed martial arts was my only hobby and my only bit of fun, but it became almost something I tried to turn into a career, you know what I mean? And then, you know, I'm 38 years old, so after a certain amount of time, you know, you're not making it rich. You're not gonna make it rich. So it left me with like this empty void of what I want to do next, and motorcycles really help fill that void. And I decided, you know, what more can I do in this? And the next step for me is I want to be a mechanic, and then I also want to sell motorcycles. So I want to be able to fix those bikes and get them out there, you know what I mean? Buy the used bikes, make them my own, you know, and sell them, you know, and not have to pay somebody else. I want to be able to help someone out, and I want to be able to really start a dealership, you know, from that, from the garage part of it, from the fixing the mechanic side. I want to be able to move into the dealership side as well, on my own. I want those two things to be like something that's mine, you know what I mean? You know, who knows, maybe one day it'll grow and I'll have this cool, huge motorcycle dealership, and, you know, we'll have in the back there the shop where we can fix your bikes and things like that, and I can be a part of both worlds. So I'm very, very excited. I look forward to working at a shop for a little while, you know what I mean, and getting that feel and seeing how, you know, the structure goes. Like, you know, I really feel like with MMI, the sky is the limit. What program did I choose? Okay, with MMI, you have basically two to maybe 3 programs as far as motorcycles go. You can work on Harleys, or you can work on metric bikes, and then they also have something where you can in the end of it work on like the older bikes, things that are older than the 2000s. I chose metric bikes, and my reasons why is, like I've always said, I feel like everybody starts off on a metric bike. We might have Harley dreams, but we always start on the metric bikes, you know what I mean? Those bikes are always up for sale on Craigslist, on Facebook Market, things like that. And I feel like, you know, I want to be there for the little guy, the guy that can't afford the Harley, you know what I mean? I do feel like, yes, you know, granted, there might be more money in Harley, because obviously if you're buying a $20,000-$30,000 bike, you probably have extended warranty and all that kind of coverage. You're going to take it to the shop more often because you're going to have that money. Where the guy who might have brought the V-Star or any of the other bikes for, you can get these bikes all day for like $2,500 to, you know, maybe some even less, like the Honda Shadows and them, you know what I mean? Like, you can get them fairly decent range. From 5,000 to about 1,500, you can get a decent metric bike. You know what I mean, for sure. So that guy may not have quite as much money to get it out there to the mechanic, but when you find the ones that do, that love it, that try to take care of their bike, they take good care of it. You know what I mean? They're grateful for those bikes. And plus, I want to be, like I said, the guy that sells these bikes. So if I can buy these bikes used, you know what I mean, for a fairly cheap price, you know, fix them up, get them graded, get them, you know, the way a person would like, you know, these bikes, and be able to turn around and sell them later, make a little profit off it, obviously, but also, you know, I've fixed them myself, so I'm not paying this overhead. I just feel like there's this definitely great potential for metric bikes to make money, and I know that they do. You know what I mean? I've been to the power sports that have mostly just metric bikes, and you get, you know, those bikes get cranked out and sold a little bit quicker, it seems like to me, especially when you're talking about the sports bikes. You know what I mean? So the CBRs, the Hayabusas, you know, people love those bikes. You know, they do. So a lot of money to be made in the metric side. But I'm wondering, you know, what would you guys have picked? Would you pick Harley or would you have picked metric? Oh, metric bikes, because you can pick like certain companies. You can only pick two. And the two that I picked on the metric side, I picked Yamaha and Honda. Whoop, went down the wrong bike. Yeah, Yamaha and Honda were the two that I picked. Like I say, the V-Star is something that I ride, and I think Yamahas are, you know, very reliable, nice bikes, and they're definitely a cheaper bike. So, you know what I mean? I think, you know, buying and selling those and getting those out there would be, you know, a little bit easier, you know, and it's something that I have an emotional attachment myself. Honda, I mean, that's what you ride when you take the MSF course. Yeah, that's what you ride. I think they're doing like the 250s, Honda Rebel 250s. I've heard somebody said the 500s, but I think it's the 250s. So, you know you're going to get a lot of those out. And then Honda has a lot of other different bikes that are pretty popular, you know, especially in the sports bike realm. They have a lot of popular bikes in the sports bike realm. So what would you guys have chose? Would you have chose Harley, the bigger dollar company, or would you have chose Honda? I would love to know. Alright guys, I gotta get up at 5 a.m. That's what I do for work, you know what I mean? I have to get up early, you know, get that grind going. So I'm getting tired. I am gonna definitely go to sleep. Like I say, coffee's a snack to me. It just doesn't do anything for me, you know, not when I'm really getting tired. So I'm gonna get some rest. Let me know what you think. I do want to say, if you could, guys, please throw a like on this video. Put your comment on this video, guys. You know what I mean? Subscribe, please subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. The reason why likes and comments are so important to YouTubers, guys, is that, like, the more likes and the more comments, the more YouTube sees that people are interested in my content. So it helps push it out. You know, they see people ain't really liking, ain't really commenting, they're not gonna push it out as much. So I need that help, I need that support. If you guys can, thank you to all my subscribers. I'm up to 68 now. That might sound like nothing to some people, but that's a big, big thing to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all the YouTubers that have reached out to me and helped me. Alright guys, that's it for the night. It's your boy Moto MMA, aka Jason Ball, saying I'm sleepy and I love you guys. Peace.